How do I stay so committed to exercise? Welcome to this episode of Resetting Your Compass. What I want to go through today is showing you the technique I use so I can stay committed to exercise. You know from previous videos, I exercise presently for this challenge about 6 times a week. And what I want to do is explain exactly how I do that. So, what technique do I use to make sure I regularly exercise? The technique is actually really simple. However, as with any exercise, it's never easy at the start, but it does get easier and you will start to really enjoy it. But the technique I actually use is very, very simple. I tell people exactly what I'm going to do. When I tell them what I'm going to do, I basically say I'll be doing X, I'll be doing it on such a day, and I'll be doing such and such. I make sure it's very, very definite of what I do. That basically ties me into making sure I do exactly what I'm going to do. Now, when I start doing that exercise, I'll then share it on social media. As with this video, you will see I committed myself to doing 17.4 miles with a tyre. And I recorded every hour or so during that exercise exactly how I was getting on. Now, there's a very good reason for that. It means it pushes you to do exactly what you said you're going to do. So, for example, with yourselves, if you so wished, you can actually announce on Facebook or WhatsApp or whichever forum you wish to use exactly when you're going to do something and exactly what you're going to do. And at that point in time, you then start updating people you are doing it, how you're getting on, and how you completed it. That will make sure you do exactly what you want to do with exercise. It's very, very easy to say, I'm going to do something and never commit to it. But if you tell a lot of people you're doing it, believe me, you're more chance of actually completing the exercise you say you're going to do. Hope that helps, folks. That's a very simple way I use it. But let's crack on and I'll show you exactly how it went for myself with the 17.4 mile walk with the tyre. What we're actually going to crack on and do today, and I'm going to do a live documentary all the way through it. So every few hours or so, I'll be doing a quick video updating exactly where I'm up to. But we're going to do 17.4 miles today with the tyre. And the reason for that is because this is the first stage of the John O'Groats Land's End Challenge that's happening in April, May next year. Now, I don't know if I'm fit enough yet. I want to see where my fitness is. And that's the reason for doing it. But the reason for doing the video is to see exactly how I change, what the situation is, how tired I am, things that are happening along the way of 17.4 miles. A very quick one, probably upside down there, but it's 9 o'clock. And that will basically just show exactly how long this does take. But as I say, I'm guessing about 3 o'clock is when I'll finish. So let's crack on, let's get this done, and I'll catch up with you very soon. Just wanted to show folks exactly where we're training today. Absolutely fabulous, eh? You can see the mist there hanging between the two hills. It really is a cracking place. I actually do it on the road though, by the way, purely because it gives a bit more friction than fields and stuff. So that's the reason I use the roads. But anyway, I better crack on. I've only just started and I've got 17 miles to go. About 1.5 miles in already, and it's absolutely boiling today. It's crazy. This is mid-November in England and it is absolutely boiling. I've had to come down to a t-shirt already. Get rid of the hat and everything. So it's absolutely crazy how warm UK is at the moment. Anyway, just only a mile or so down and we're already down to the bottom layers. So we're 3.5 miles in to where we want to be. Pretty good. 10:02 according to that. Where are we? There we go. It's upside down, as I say, because it's on my wrist. But that's about 3.5 miles an hour, which is pretty good going, to be honest with you. And if I can keep anywhere like that going on the ice in the pole, then I'm well on track for what I want to do. So I think 3.5 miles an hour is the sort of training rate that I need to keep going here. It is dry today, as you can see behind me. It's absolutely brilliant, really, really nice. You can see the tyres there. Just about have a sandwich, half a sandwich, well, quarter of a sandwich, and half a litre of water to keep myself going. Stop approximately every hour or so. But yeah, absolutely awesome, feeling good. 3.5 miles in, let's keep this going. Okay folks, so that's 6.7 miles and that is, as we can see there, about 6 minutes past 11. We're just kicking off again. We've had our quick stop with soundies, etc. And we're feeling pretty good actually. So 6.7 miles, I've got 10.7 to go. It's steady today, sweating a lot because it's so warm. But muscles are pretty good. Everything else is pretty good, holding up pretty well, to be honest with you. And always wondered, when it's in your mind that you've got quite a lot further to go, you do sort of think, oh my goodness. But yeah, it's pretty good. 6.7 down. Let's keep cracking on. Well, we're 9.9 miles into it now. Time is, today's there is 12:03, so we're doing pretty well, to be honest with you. Very dehydrated though. I need to drink some more water, I reckon. I need to get up to at least half a litre every time I stop now, minimum, because it is so warm out here, crikey, with that sun. It's got to be 19 degrees in the actual sun or more. I know it's only probably about 16 or 17 and out of the sun, but it is hot today. Feeling pretty good. Obviously, the aching muscles, the good old glutes are the aching ones because they're doing all the work, but everything else is going pretty well. We're averaging about 3.2, 3.3 mile an hour, including stops, so pretty good. Looking to probably be finished before 3 o'clock, which is absolutely excellent news. But yeah, kit's holding up well. Everything's doing it. We're just having a sandwich here, as you can see there, and some water. So I'll crack on and get that all done and update you soon. Well, we've been at it now for quite a while. It's 1:05, so that must be nearly 4 hours, just over 4 hours. We're over 13 miles just gone, so another 4.3 to go. I've got to be honest, it is tough. I'm not going to lie. Aches a little bit. I've got to drink a hell of a lot with this, with the sun over there. You can see it, the ice air is really, really warm today, as I've been saying all along. It's been a really good test today because it's been very, very dry, so the tyre obviously doesn't run as well when it's dry. It's really, really resistant, so it's been really, really good. But we've only got 4 and a bit miles to go. We're going to crack on, really, really do this. There's a little bit of aches and pains, tiny bit in the sort of lower back. Well, not lower back, it's just sort of near the sides of the thighs areas, which is taking a lot of the strain from the harness. But all in all, it's going well, folks. I'm really, really chuffed with the pace. And let's see if we can crack these last 4 miles done and get it cracked and done. So we're on the last leg now. That's 16 miles done. Last quick stop. 1.3 miles to go. We're just over 16.1 miles I've done in exactly, give or take, 5 hours. So that's pretty good. That's over 3 miles an hour, which is absolutely brilliant. Lovely view, as you can see behind me. Absolutely gorgeous. Oddly enough, I'll show you this. But here we got what you can see there is 8 little stones. Now basically that's how I track how far I've been, because I passed this point 8 times today. Now when you're passing somewhere quite a lot, oddly enough, it's quite easy to forget how many times you've been by here, and that sounds really silly, but it is. And I used a lot of this for Everest because I had a route in Everest which was an up and down route I had to do in Oxford because there was only hills there. And I had to keep putting little sticks down to show me exactly how many times I've done it, and the same is here. So I know I've been past here 8 times, and I know that's 16.1 miles. That's pretty cool. Anyway, I'm going to crack on eating my sandwich, get a drink. I'll update you right at the end because I've got to get this one done. So folks, that's the end of the 17.4 mile walk. See there, 2028. That's not bad actually. That's basically means it's less than over 3 miles an hour, which is absolutely awesome news. I'm not gonna lie, it's been pretty tough. Very, very sweaty, as you can see. Muscles are actually all right. I'll do a quick update later just to see how they're recovering, also tomorrow morning. But really pleased with that, because that is the first stage of the John O'Groats to Land's End. That's the distance it will be, and I just wanted to see where my fitness was. So pretty cool. Hope you've enjoyed the videos, folks. And that is what you call a challenge. Partway through the training, push yourself that little bit further, but not too far you get injured. Excellent. Catch you guys later. So, how am I feeling the day after the 17.5 mile tile walk? Well, extremely good actually. Muscles aren't aching. It's really good news. That means I'm getting the right amount of training done. I got a tiny blister on my hand. It's actually gone this morning, to be honest with you, so pretty good. But that was from the poles yesterday, from the sweaty poles, using that. And I got some tiny little red marks on both sides of my hips. Now that's where the rucksack obviously is pulling on the side of my hips. But I think because I'm a short guy, with the leggings I wear, sadly, whenever manufacturers make some small trousers, they make short legs, but they don't change the bit between the legs and the hips. They keep that as the same size as somebody who's 6 foot. So whenever I wear normal kit, it ends up with the top of the kit halfway around my stomach, or I have to fold it down to make them look absolutely normal. Sadly, I think what's happened there is because I've had to fold them down, that's then rubbed on the side of my hips. So I think that's what's happened, but I will check it on the next long one to see what the situation is. But other than that, absolutely brilliant, which means I will be ready to crack on and get the next set of exercise done. Now, I think what I'll be doing next week, next weekend, hopefully on Saturday or maybe the weekend after, is cracking on for a 21 miler, because most of the stages in the John Groats Land's End are around that area. But seriously, really, really good, really, really happy. Let's conclude then. So the technique I use for making sure I keep on exercising is that I basically tell myself and everyone else what I'm doing, exactly when I'm going to do it, and then on top of that, how far it's going to be. That basically commits myself to doing exercise very, very regular. It's a great technique. It's really easy. I share it on social media. In this situation, I shared it on YouTube, but I highly recommend it. It works and it will get you fit if you so wish to use it as well. Next week then. So next week we are actually going to do the how to get companies on board, and fingers crossed, maybe a charity as well. So I'll be going through that next week on how we get free products from companies, how we try and get commercial sponsors on board. I'll be doing a lot of that sort of stuff next week. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you're really enjoying the journey, and come back next week and we'll crack on and do it. See you soon, guys. I'm off exercising now.